Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative, man. If you are a new viewer, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. And if you are a returning viewer, then thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it, man. Now, today we are outside in a predominantly black area, guys, and we just gonna be asking them the real questions. Who is more racist here, guys? Trump or Joe Biden? That's gonna be my first question. My second question is gonna be, do you think that Africa owe us reparations due to them selling us to European men, guys? I don't know how they gonna feel about that one. And the third question I'm gonna be asking is, how do they feel about January 6th? And is it worse than Black Lives Matter rallies? Man, guys, this is gonna be a good one, so stay tuned. I'm here with my man,
Ruben.
Ruben, man. Nice to meet you, sir. So I just got a couple questions for you, man. So who do you feel is more racist when it comes to the two presidents, Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Oh, really, man? That's really hard because I really don't know how to answer that one because I can't answer that because they both might have a little issues.
How do you feel about January 6th, though? Have you heard about the January 6th?
The whole world did. The whole world.
How do you feel about that?
Very, very sad.
Very sad?
Yeah, it's a very sad moment in America.
Yeah. As far as the Black Lives Matter rallies and the Palestinian protests, do you think they're any better?
I think, you know what? They both have their issues. Mm-hmm. The meaning behind their issues is something that's pretty hard to understand because I know the Palestinians are fighting for their land.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter fought for what they believe in, of being the situation they had.
With George Floyd?
That was a very sad situation with Floyd.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people fail to realize that there was fentanyl in his system when the autopsy was released. He had like 11 grams of fentanyl in the system.
I'm not saying that he was 100% out of it. I'm just saying the way that they handled that. I just think there was, and that's with everybody. I think they train. I think there's other methods they can use to restrain people.
Right.
And I didn't think it needed to go to that far of a situation to kill him like that. Yeah. That's just my opinion. I know these guys trained, they're very good, and I just think they should have did a different way of doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
But I feel sorry for the young man that died, and I feel sorry for the police officer that had to deal in that moment. It doesn't only affect the police officer, it affects their families.
Yeah.
And it's a domino effect. It's just a sad moment in life too.
Yeah, man. And I just got one more question for you, man, because a lot of people are really asking this question, like when it comes to white and black people, like all races just want to know this question because African Americans, we're pursuing reparations, right? But people just ask like questions all the time when it comes to Africans actually selling us to European men. So that's actually the reason how we got to America. And a lot of people don't want to hold like the actual Africans there accountable because they're still there. There's still Africans populated in Africa. Yeah. So it's like, how do you feel about people getting to the root cause of this, which is Africans actually selling their own people?
Well, that's been around for a long time. The history was known like that, but they kept it very quiet. It was the own African tribes grabbing other Africans and selling to the Europeans. But if you go back in the old, I hate to say this because I don't want to say, in the old roots thing in 1970 something, the way they did they did that, it's like the whites went over there, grabbed the blacks from Africa and brought them in. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like that. I'm Puerto Rican. Right. We got a lot of African descent in our nationality. But I was born and raised here all my life. But in our Caribbean islands and stuff, we all got African blood in it. And I think that if people really look at the history, it was the own African tribes or whatever that was selling them to the Europeans, bringing them here. So they had just as much fault. And not just the Europeans, not just the white. I mean, look at the whole history. Yeah. They couldn't get here from Africa unless somebody brought them. Well, in Africa, they didn't build the boats. They didn't have the know-how. They didn't have the equipment. Mm-hmm. So somebody brought them. That was the Europeans or the Spaniards or whoever had the opportunity to bring them from Africa over here.
Right. You're a very bright brother, man. I appreciate talking to you, man.
Listen, you're the bright brother. You're the future. What you're doing is great. and just tell the truth and let people tell you the truth. Bring it out. I hope I did all right.
You did great, man. Trust me, you did, man.
I want you to do well and get the real truth out there. People don't want to talk about it. Gotta say what it is. And that's the way I see it.
You have no idea how much you just helped us, man. Appreciate that so much, brother. I'm here with my man,
William Todd.
William Todd, man. He looking real sharp today too, man. So we was actually having a conversation beforehand, but we're just gonna pick back up on. So what do you think black people can do when it comes to taking accountability for Africans selling us to Europeans, but they still ask for reparations amongst European people?
You're asking me, excuse me, what do I think we could do?
Yeah, as far as like, do you think we should just take accountability for us as a people, or do you think we should proceed reparations like as a people, or?
I think we should receive reparation as a people. You know, there's strength in numbers. So I think if we bond together, you know, and do things together, I think we could make more progress.
As far as us like getting the reparations from a specific ethnicity, who do you think we should pursue? Do you think we should pursue the Europeans for us taking us back to America, or do you think we should pursue the Africans, the ones that's still in Africa, by the way, for selling us to the Europeans?
Well, it's a little of both. You know, not just one. We should try both of them, because both of them are at fault, I believe.
I agree, man. I think both sides should just be accountable for the actions.
Right. I think both sides should be accountable.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. One more thing. Have you heard of the January 6th? What happened at the Capitol on January 6th?
Yeah. I saw it.
How did you feel about that?
That was horrible.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And I was thinking, how does this differ from Black Lives Matter rallies and Palestinian protesters and stuff like that?
How does it differ?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I really can't give you a take on that.
Because, you know, Black Lives Matter, they caused like millions of dollars in property damage. You know, people had to sell their businesses. People had to move away out of Minnesota, St. Louis, Chicago, stuff like that. So it's like, do you think it was worse than January 6th, or do you think it's like about the same?
I think January 6th just topples everything. That was despicable.
Even the people that were inside, because it looked like it was kind of peaceful inside. I mean, outside is questionable, but inside, I mean, people taking pictures off the walls. I mean, come on.
That was insane. You know, and it was all led by one person, as we all know.
Well, do you think that's Donald Trump?
You better.
Oh,
Yeah. You know, I think he spearheaded this whole thing.
So that actually leads to another question. Who do you think is more racist, Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
I'm going to have to say Donald Trump.
Donald Trump? What have Donald Trump said and done that's racist exactly?
I can't pinpoint no specific thing, but I just think he is. I just think he's a little more racist than Biden.
So, I mean, I can pinpoint a lot of things that Joe Biden has said on the record. You know, back in the 80s, he signed a crime bill against black people, you know, and then he actually said when he was a member of Congress that he don't want no more N-word mayors, you know, because, you know, they think they're big shots. He also said he don't want his kids swimming with black kids. He said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, I don't think it get more racist than that.
Thanks for that knowledge. See, I didn't know that. So that sends a different spin on it.
Yeah, and he actually took a picture with the leader of the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah. Now I know there's rumors of Donald Trump's father being a member of the Ku Klux Klan, but there's an actual picture with Joe Biden shaking hands with the leader.
So that's going to give me time today to think about everything you just said.
Yeah, man, it's all facts, man. You can look it up, and it's
I don't have to look it up. Yeah. I know you know your facts. Yeah. You know, and by you telling me that spins me on, you can learn something from everybody. Yeah. Like I'm 78 years old, you know, and
you look good too, man. It's 78, man. It's insane.
And I know you're not. So I didn't learn something from you, and I probably got a grandson your age.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm
I appreciate
I'm
that.
listening, man. I'm listening. I want you to keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I will, man.
Seem like you're on the right path to do the right thing.
I will, man. And one day I can be sharp as you one day, man, for sure.
No doubt about it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate your words.
All righty. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All righty.
Yep.
I feel like homeless people need someplace to go, and then it needs to be more than just.
Hold on right quick.
Don't put me on camera. I'm talking now. I don't want to be on camera. I know too many
Oh,
people.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Did you want to?
What's what we say?
No, I mean, if we on camera, though. I'm like, you ain't got nothing to say. Yeah, you got to move around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just getting us back together as far as, because I know you've been around like during Martin Luther King time, Malcolm X time. What do you think African Americans can do to get us back on our feet like that?
Well, you know, as you said, I have been around for a little while. I come from a time where a lot of churches, a lot of families getting back together and acting like families, and considering each other for the things that we have done for each other in our communities. The thing is, the blacks seem to have separated themselves not only in the family but also in their communities. Their communities have also failed them, like in Chicago, the aldermans.
Yeah.
They failed their communities. But I think that the black people should just get back together, go to churches, watch their children, make sure they have some access to activities. You know, you can always go to, if not your local church, to find these type of activities. I'm pretty sure that you can contact your local government and find out where these activities are taking place.
I think those are activities that black people definitely need to, be a part of.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's the children and activities. Keeping them busy, so that way they won't be going to the gangs. Because a lot of these children, they don't have basketball courts like we used to when I was coming up. We had basketball courts, we had softball games, we had little league teams. We need to get back to those type of things to bring the communities back together.
I definitely agree.
And once we can get that going, I think things will start to improve. But first we got to improve ourselves instead of waiting for others to do it for us.
Yeah, exactly. That leads to my next question, sir. So when it comes to, because if you look around you, what I'm saying, it's really bad. And what I'm saying, when it comes to the Black Lives Matter organization, they promised they would build black communities back up. They promised to keep, black jobs, more, funded and things like that. But as I can see, I don't really see a change when it came to Black Lives Matter. So do you think it's something that our quote unquote oppressors did, or is this something that we need to fix within ourselves?
Well, we need to fix it within ourselves. And as far as the Black Lives Matter organization, they failed the black communities in so many different ways. They say one thing and they do another. Their leader has been, I don't know if that person has been convicted yet or anything, but has been accused of stealing millions of donated money.
You're a very, very smart man, sir. Yes, sir.
And we need to not just stay away from Black Lives Matter because they also think they are socialists.
Yeah. Funded by George Soros, by the way.
Oh wow, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So stay away from Black Lives Matter. Definitely don't depend on them. We just got to get back to our grassroots on our own.
Yes, sir.
Where we know better. We don't need to be holding hands to anybody, the organization. We've been failed so many times, even going back to Jesse Jackson.
Right.
Up with dope, down with dope. What did we get with that? The dope situation is even worse. So we just need to get back to being a black family to each other as well as our families in our home, because we got communities. We just look at all the crime and all the gangs just take over, and we sit back and we complain and do nothing, and that's not going to work. That's not going to get us. So.
I agree, sir, and I really appreciate those words from you, man. I really do. And what's your name again, sir? This is Bruce Allen, man. Make sure you guys remember Bruce Allen, man, because he definitely doing it for the black community, man. I appreciate that a lot, man.
That's right. You're welcome. Have a good day.
Yep, you too, man. I got a question for you, man. How do you feel about the Black Lives Matter organization?
They can do more. Like how many homeless guys we got going up and down Broadway right here? If you got that Black Lives Matter, scoop up a few of them. Give them like a little side job to go ahead and do. You got to pay them much, but they're gonna work.
Yeah.
That's one thing they're gonna do. They're gonna work. The majority of our work is getting past the other cultures.
Right.
Like hell, how many gas stations do we own? How many food stores do we own? How many L's do we literally see that we going in there getting drunk and tow up for whatnot? I understand hard days or whatnot, you have a beer or whatnot,
Yeah, I agree.
but it's too many liquor stores.
Way too many. And then they're all next to churches, by the way. Man.
How many people has been in church? How many people sit there and say they know, they place in the world? Do you know your spirit? Have you had a talk with God to let him know, like, I've been messing up. Yeah, I ain't been on the path. Can you still look out for me? And I will try to veer and keep my way there.
For real, man.
A lot of people sit there and white flag it. It's easy to white flag. It's easy to give up. It's harder to actually endure, keep going, perseverance.
Okay.
And then by the time it's over with, you looking like, all right, I made it from the bottom, and now I'm back on the top. Now, but I got some other people I can bring with me. That's one thing that some of the black forget. You got some of the people that's coming up with you, and you get up there. And you like, all right, man, this is moving with me. This move with you when you ain't had nothing. This move with you when you was at the bottom. This will move with you when you didn't have nothing. They handed you something so they can get right because they see the potential. These people leave them too fast for something that's not even worthwhile, and it's questionable. But everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, and that was actually a good take too, bro. I appreciate you in those words. And I just got one more question for you, man. So we are currently trying to fight for reparations right now, right? And there's been a big question, like when it comes to African Americans and how they got here to America in the first place. And a lot of people are now starting to ask if we should basically ask Africa for reparations due to them selling us to Europeans and then us bringing them here. Do you agree with that?
No. Truth of the matter, if the Africans sold us, that's because we gave up. But who made the money off us? White man. So if we gonna ask for reparations or whatnot,
I think the black man made the money because we were the exchange. Because I believe when we were getting traded,
they gave them pennies on the dollar. Like, how much did they stand on and build once they had us out there building all that stuff?
I mean, I believe the Europeans traded African Americans for guns, for tobacco, because they didn't like alcohol.
We had some of them that helped them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
If it wasn't for them going to enlist some of our fellow people that saw greed and sitting there exploiting their own, they would have never had enough to actually go ahead and pull us. Because look how we are now.
Right.
We hunt each other almost every day. Like, the police.
That's a good point.
Here, and they supposed to stop what? You can't stop people that are born hunters. How many crimes you think they stopped? How many shootouts you think they have stopped? The police told them the same guns that we probably already had way before them. Same vests. We ride longer hours. We out more hours. And if a person usually crosses, we're at your house in a couple days.
Yeah, man. But like you said, when it comes to the shootouts, man, I mean, who really shooting each other though, bro?
We shooting us. We're all we doing.
Right, I mean, like police. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if they were like near or not, you know what I'm saying? We are the ones that's still doing the deed against each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
And see, another thing you gotta look at, what do you have to send some black people to? Like when I grew up, we had the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
We had that for, some structure for the afternoons and nights. Ain't got none of that really going on right now. Most of these buildings is either abandoned or they turned into some another food place. That's another thing that keep tripping me out.
Right.
All these different food places that none of these people want to go get in the gym. I built my own gym downstairs, so
that's what's up.
My boys and myself, I may miss a few times, but anytime I want, I can go hit dumbbell.
Thanks for your time, man. I appreciate that. What's your name again?
Patrick.
Patrick, man, in the building, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, if we was to come together for the reparations and whatnot, First off, man, you got to cut off that television, because that television is what did I just saw last night? The VH1, this basketball wives and all that.
I'm trying to tell you, you spitting now.
Oh my God.
They ain't ready for that conversation, bro. They not ready for that conversation.
Like I said, the talks I have with people is like literally deep talks, because it's what you see on the everyday basis. Like, we got this food place right here. We got another food place right there, another food place right there. Where's like a job over here somewhere?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where's like a food place, like a store that we own? That
Yeah.
You come in there, you see black cashiers, you see a black owner through there. We got the money and resources, just gotta stop feuding.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, man. I don't want to keep up your whole day, man. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that, bro.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Started getting buck wild. I mean, teenagers was hanging across the street from the park. They was over there, I mean, doing things that you had no business doing.
Right.
And then my house got shot up. My windows got busted out. It had to get to the point where I had to move my kids out of here. It's not that, it's these young teenagers
Right.
that walk around with weapons on them. You know, I don't know how their parents raised them, but I don't think that's right.
not.
I could walk in the gas station, I see a teenager, 14, 13 years old, with a weapon on their son. I'm looking like, I'm sorry, but if you was my child, I would beat the crap out of you,
Right.
period.
I agree, yeah.
Blank, period.
I definitely agree.
You know, it's not right. Teenagers killing teenagers, robbing this person, robbing that person. It's not right. Gary ain't never used to be like this.
Yeah.
Never. We used to be able to walk downtown and Gary, hey, you want to go eat here? Hey, let's go check this grocery store. Hey, let's go check this.
Gary used to be beautiful. I've seen old pictures of Gary.
What happened? What happened? As long as I lived on Delaware, a whole big park, never been no fest, never no carnival, no picnic, no 4th of July, nothing for the kids to actually enjoy.
Right.
Nothing. They need to have something out here for the teenagers.
Do you think, okay, so that just leads to a question I had. Do you think Black Lives Matter contributed to more chaos or more success?
Really, I would say more chaos, because it seemed like they don't really have nothing for these teenagers to do out here. These 16 years old, these 14 years old, they should be in somebody's club, playing basketball, or helping the little 11 years old, 12 years old, teaching them how to read, teaching them how to do this, teaching them how to do that. There is no such thing as you can't.
Right.
It's impossible. There's nothing. You can't say, I can't, I can't. It's what you carry up here in your mind. If you keep saying you can't, then your mind is going to be controlled to, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even if your mother or your father tell you, oh, you nothing, you're never going to become nothing out of life. It's up to you to change them words in your mind and focus.
There you go.
Focus on life. Walk with your head up high regardless of no matter what. People say life is short. It's not life that's short. It's your life that's short. Because when you leave this world, people still gonna do what they doing, and the world's still gonna keep going. Regardless of no matter what. You might cry a tear. Oh, I miss you. I wish you was here. But the next day, you moving on with your life.
Yeah.
Regardless of no matter what. Come on. These young teenagers, they need parents to motivate them. Stop telling these kids you can't do this and you can't do that. Erase that word, you can't.
Yeah,
You will want better for your kids, regardless, period. Gary out here is hurting people. People is hurting each other. Not realize we're supposed to stick together, help one another. You giving some of these people what they want to see.
Right, exactly.
Can't do that. Come on, pick up Gary. Do something for these young teenagers that are coming into this world.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
You know, Gary ain't never used to be like this. Never used to be like this. All I got to say is, parents, pick up your kids. Get them motivation to do things. Stop approving to what they're carrying a weapon.
Right.
I don't care if it's a knife. Take it away from them.
And key word is parents. That's plural, guys.
Parents, teach your kids, walk with faith. If you don't have faith, you don't have nothing. Stop telling these kids they're not going to be this, they're not going to be that, you're never going to become this. Tell them you want them to be better than what your life was when you was growing up.
There you go.
Period. That's in that song. I've been through so much in my life that if it wasn't for that man up there, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm happy. I have no complaints. As long as I wake up for the next day and see my daughter growing, I can't complain. And I pray to God that everybody walk with their heads up high and keep faith. Stop letting these people see what they want to see, hurting each other, killing each other. We're supposed to help one another, regardless of no matter what. Yeah. Period.
You are an amazing person, man. Those are beautiful words. What's your name again?
My name is Donna.
Donna, guys. She just basically, man, amazing, guys. So if you guys want more Donna, let me know, okay? But Donna, I really appreciate you with these words, and you know what I'm saying, I can't thank you enough. You really helping out the black community with these words, and hopefully they, you know what I'm saying, get something out of your knowledge.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I can't even do that because you never know. A bullet does not have a name. Yeah. And that's what's messed up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bless evening.
Yep, you too. All right, guys, that's all the time that we have for today. I hope you guys learned something today. Hopefully we changed some opinions today. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, we still got a lot of work to do in these black communities, man. But hopefully you guys like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you guys tune in next time. And I am out of here, guys. Peace.